Hello there, friends. I am wearing my captain's hat. We're going to sail on the friendship, of course. Today, we're going to speak about the end of times. Don't want to be too doomy, but yes, it feels like the crypto meta, which is the game within the game, it has morphed and it's gone like really degen, like really degen. Not all hope is lost though, because the Bitcoin halving year hasn't played out. We don't have any new technological innovation at the same speed that we used to. Basically, we're just rotating around the roller coaster and we're just gambling with each other. But the last times that crypto innovation happened, it was always in a Bitcoin halving year. 2012 was Bitcoin store of value. 2016 was Ethereum smart contract platform. 2020 was Uniswap combined with ChainLink, because now you can have DeFi handing out a token and you can have money markets. Big DeFi. That was nice, right? Every 4 years. Isn't it wild? Here we are in 2024. Is someone going to invent something? I don't know. It feels like, though, Vitalik said that the lowest hanging fruit is gone. So what that means is we can't really do many formulas anymore. We really have to like make things more complex. That's why I'm punting on ChainLink, because it provides all the data to that. You need complex data to come in. You need different sets of just chains which talk to everyone at once. So if you want to make like a super app on Ethereum or Solana or Polkadot or PulseChain, you want to give developers access and just the world as an oyster to be able to just grab, points of data everywhere and make something cool. For example, like Uber, it needs Google Maps, it needs Twilio, and it needs Stripe. It needs the map to tell the driver, it needs somebody to text, and it needs someone to do the payment. All these three apps in the background. Without them, you wouldn't have Uber, right? So that's why ChainLink will enable it. ChainLink is like buying the kind of infrastructure of that. But these things seem to be slowing down. Now, I hope this year we invent something. See, it's funny. Just because a coin goes up, friends, doesn't mean we really invented anything. I know the Casper people, shout out to you and your 700x win. Congratulations. You guys haven't invented much. I know it looks like, oh, God bless us. It looks like you have, but it is what it is, man. Like, hey, Casper did 700x, but Dog with a Hat did a 10,000x, literally a 10,000x. Did Dog with a Hat innovate better than you? No, it's just coins can still go up. Doesn't mean you innovated something big. Just means a lot of people believe that something happened. Now, here's the thing. Richard Hart could see these end of times. That's why I've got this post here. Before PulseChain prices collapsed, we were all talking about pTokens before being parity and onboarding every altcoin to bridge over and yield farm on PulseX. Unfortunately, though, it seems like Richard's world's biggest airdrop ID has not worked. So, I noticed when I post this, some people, gentlemen out there, shout out to Mr. Collins saying like, didn't you just buy more? Yeah, man. Okay, cheap prices are cheap prices. Okay, friends. People buy meme coins that literally do nothing just because they're cheap. That's it. Me saying this doesn't mean like, oh, I've sold or anything else. I'm just telling you, now you know why we ain't going to a 300 billion plus valuation with a high certainty. You want to know the PulseChain ecosystem, it's 2.7 billion right now. So the crowd expects a 120x from today on every single price. That's what the crowd expects from here. So if you want me to believe in that, okay, start getting some of this stuff action. Start getting some of this going where we can get a big platform for 2024 that'll launch into 2025. Don't forget, we need all the Bitcoin halving year. We are still technically early to that. But look, if you go to the yield farms for PulseX, you'll notice that the Peppy farms, Uni farms, Chainlink farms, they're all gone. So Richard himself, he capitulated on the idea. He made a post one day. This was before the corrupt SEC. Well, I'll just remind you, yes, the corrupt SEC plays a role. They're scum. But all of this, the market decided before, we don't like your idea. It's not working. That was everybody selling from. That's where you got all the red candles. You got HEXY was 98% down before the corrupt SEC. And PulseChain and PulseX was ravaged before it. Okay, so when he made this post, he basically implied he was learning from certain behaviors, and he pulled the farms and he pulled his own liquidity, and then everything is dumped. The P-Uni, the P-tokens. Okay, so but before that point, we were all speculating because like it's easy to look like a genius now and go, oh, of course it wasn't going to work. No, but it sounded so good in theory. In theory, believe that, okay, well, Richard, he could see the end of times, which is, okay, everybody's just trading poop coins. That's all you're doing. And you all want to be part of casino. It's just such a big part of crypto. So the theory was, if I make a token that I give to you for free, linked to your real token, they'll trade amongst themselves and you can earn fees and we can onboard and move liquidity over. However, now if you look at the volume today, Ethereum ChainLink, so the real ChainLink, which is moved on PulseChain, only does $820 of volume a day. And it could be early days still, but real ChainLink is doing 600 million. So just to show you how tiny it is. And Ethereum has 24 layer 2 chains launching this year. And Ethereum are doing an upgrade. I think 4844 is the number of the upgrade. They're going to make it 90% cheaper for layer 2 transactions even more. So you get to see now everyone's getting an even playing field with the cheaper cost. Now you get to see it's just a matter of, okay, where's all the money going? It's the Ethereum people. Whether they choose or the insiders probably going to choose Arbitrum and Optimism. That's why that's the battle out there. Doesn't mean everybody gives up. There's still value out in places, but that's why I'm just describing the story here to you. Now, the world's biggest airdrop idea, it sounded good. Like the theory was that because you've been given a coin, let's say your Chainlink, your real stack of Chainlink was 100 grand. Now yours is worth 1 grand, 1,000. You would band together with other your Chainlink comrades and you would like demand to the community and the Chainlink developer team, and they said, you'll demand for them to support PulseChain and give a use case for the token. This is what Richard was implying back in 2021. That's why so many people FOMO'd into PulseChain, because they're like, it's going to be faster, it's going to be great. We're going to do the world's biggest airdrop. And all these communities, they're going to beg to come in. That's what everybody, remember, if you go back to the 2021 talking points, that's why everybody FOMO'd in, friends. That's why, I mean, it's so tough. These talking points, they just sounded so good at the time. It was like, everyone's going to be begging to come in. They're going to be begging, please, I want to bridge over, please. Oh, man, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful because we're done with those 2 years of bear market. You got to have to be careful, man. I'm telling you right now, if I have to see myself out, I'm not going to be begging you to sell anything. I don't give a shit. I'm talking about any coin out there, right? All of crypto. They're very compelling. They're gripping. They're like, everyone's going to be begging. Everyone was saying, look, Hex did a 10,000x. All these chains are going to be begging. All these coin communities are going to be begging to come in because he did a 10,000x for Hex. What can they do for their new coin, their free airdrop? That's going to be millions of dollars. You see, and everything flopped after that because he got half of the story right. What he didn't get right was, well, no one knew the degeneracy levels of crypto would accelerate exponentially. We saw Pepe, for example. Pepe already had a Pepe coin, and it was like Pepe number 14 that ended up working. They kept launching Pepes, and just none of them worked. In February of 2023, a Pepe rugged in an ICO. One guy who made a lot of money in the real Pepe, he put in $250 to the real Pepe, turned it into like 1.2 million. He put $2,500, so 10 times higher in the fake Pepe before it, and they just rugged because Bitcoin had a red weekly candle. Made a video on that. It's very interesting, right? So then they made Pepe 2, Pepe 3. Everyone just keeps making new trash coins. Solana goes up. Dog with a hat does 10,000x. You have all these other coins moving around, which just people just making altcoins at rapid pace. So now you get to see coin communities. Unfortunately, there's like the faction. There's a split, friends. Either you're growing or you're stalling. Now, if you're stalling, you are XRP, which is the infinite 10-year sideways. You never are able to gain on Bitcoin. You just attach yourself to Bitcoin liquidity, kind of hoping on board enough suckers to stay on. That's like the zombie game. That's what most coins end up turning out like, okay, if they don't just fully go to zero. The other thing that's been happening is new meme coins, new cycle 1 stuff. But guess what? Then they become old eventually. So it's very tough, right? That's what's been going on. Now, I'm just going to play some gentle angel music, friends, because it looked like it would all work. It's just that the volume isn't high for that. But here's the thing, man. I'm still long. I'm just telling you, if you want to see a 300 billion plus valuation for the ecosystem, and you want everyone to suspend belief, you go, yep, everyone's going to hit that high, and the money coming in from everyone in crypto, you needed that to be pulled off and work, right? The good thing is, though, even with it not working, the returns are much higher than what many things are going to be out there, all right? So, but you've heard me mention end of times a few times, in my posts, talk about end of times. I don't want to be doom or anything, but you just know, friends, why are people doing this? It's because, look, we need to make something in crypto this year. We need a technological innovation, and it has to be good, right? It has to be good. It has to be like, it could be friend tech type of like, let's combine features and put them together, but there's got to be something that grips us all. And when it comes to that, it's important because we know an economic reset is coming. Eventually, the only way we know for people to really think about valuations is for them to lose their jobs. And then, you know what? You don't need those 3 cars in your driveway. You only need 1, actually. You don't need them to be 3 Mercedes-Benz. You only need 1, and you can use a Toyota Corolla, for example. That type of thinking only gets reset with these high interest rate recession part. Even like Richard's been talking about stuff like that. That's why he's so bearish on everything. And we could be in that final complacency rally. And you can see people, they've lost purchasing power so much, they're clutching. They're saying, oh my gosh, please, please, please. I've missed out on all these gains. I've missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum is up 7,096x from its ICO, by the way. I've missed out on all these gains. I just got to buy a hot new coin that's just going to do 100x. And we're seeing more and more people. It's exponentially getting worse. These people are not saying, hey, let's reset valuations and let's go back to ChainLink and Uni and do all these. They're not doing that yet. Now, maybe they will. It's 2024, but we don't think so. I mean, maybe. Because a lot of you read these Medium articles and all these other people talking about it. Everyone says this is the year that we're going to go back to fundamentals and valuations. This is the year. And every year, every 3 months, nah. Peppy. And then Bold Coin. And then Soilana's Bonk. And then all these meme coins. And then Say. And then Molestia. And all these other trash insiders. Yeah, see, in a nutshell, friends, what's been happening is we need a reset. And it's eventually going to come. And it could be that crypto, what I'm describing to you now, it'll be like a historical count later on. We're like, oh yeah, that dude with the, the Navy, the sailor hat, he was talking about this weirdo on the internet. He was just talking about all this happening. And it would be interesting, if it turns out to be like that. Well, because it's basically the siren call where I'm like, wee-woo, wee-woo, something's going on, guys, because here's the thing. You can see it in crypto all the time. You see, real value, the rate at which real value technology and progress is being made, it seems to be slowing down in crypto. Why? Well, it could just be diminishing gains, but it also could be because we haven't had that hard economic reset. And if there was a hard economic reset and people actually lost their jobs for a year and then, they got to print money and things get actually bad, you would see people, their mindset would shift. People would be so disgusted with gambling to these rates, we'd see a restore to value. This happens in the stock market where, like high growth companies take a big hit in recessions. And then like utility companies, like people who are like, that are selling energy and electricity and also like supermarket companies, they could make money because they're like consistent with the revenues and stuff. Right? But they're not sexy in a high growth gamble environment. So it's the same thing in crypto, but we haven't seen that reset. It's funny, we never see that reset. We just keep seeing a disconnect of like Metcalfe's law. Basically, people just keep flocking always to the meme coins and degeneracy, right? At an ever fast rate. So unfortunately, the only way to get people to snap out of it would be basically the US Fed. That's why they're leaving rates high. That's why I want to crush everyone. So when you're looking at these, there are good technology projects and products that would be made in crypto. The problem is, retailers, all of us, keep putting money into trash. So it keeps taking away from real products. And in the crypto bear markets, remember, there's no money to go in trash, so real products get made. But there's been nothing yet. Now, we don't know. Is there anything yet? Or we don't know yet. Because remember, it could be out there, just no one believes in it. Like Uniswap existed in 2020, this exact time period, 4 years ago. But no one believed in it. And Ethereum existed 4 years before that in 2016 January. It's just that, some people believe in it, but they just didn't know, oh, this is definitely going to be the future and the blue chip unicorn run. So hopefully 2024, this year, we get to see another one emerge. And it gets to be like the stepping stone for the bull market. But at the end of the day, you got to think, right? If someone like Richard Hart could see this in 2021, there was a whole reason he made PulseX the way it is. And the PulseChain, that's why the world's biggest airdrop, right? Think of all the ideas he could have done. He decided to do, okay, let me link your 2 coins because you guys are all degens. Now, he's pulled the liquidity from PulseX, and it's just a reflection of everything because, the market has basically spoken when it comes to this. So, you know, even people within the ecosystem, Hex, Pulse, and PulseX, they don't care, and they've been dumping the price extensively down. We've also seen PulseX down to $10 million of volume per day, rank 15 now on Dex Screener. Remember, man, we were like rank number 2 at the start. We were so powerful, Binance had to cheat. I've still got the video up. Binance had to fake their volume to become number 2 rank. That actually happened. Like, it just looked like it was just gonna work. We were number 2 volume, man, and then what happened? ChainLink from Ethereum does $800 of volume per day. The token pairing idea didn't work either. No community wants to join. So yeah, in a nutshell, we all thought that everybody's gonna, like, you know, talk to all the developers in the community and say, hey, make a use case for this coin. We support it. What the most fascinating thing, friends, is you got to hand it to PDI, man. Obviously, PDI won a lottery tickets. Like, who would have thought before PulseChain launch? Imagine I came to you and I said, I am from the future and I'm your friend. And actually, Richard's idea is not going to work. All the e-tokens are trash and the stable coins are going to be the one that pump. You would be like, what are you smoking? What are you snorting? Give me some. That's exactly what you'd say. But that's what happened, man. Who would have thought that the strongest coin of this idea was freaking stablecoin community, PDI? How did that happen? Whilst all the other technically big communities, Shiba Inu and Uni and Chainlink with all these theoretical dollars, no one cares. Oh man, it's crazy. So now you get to see that's a problem, right? You're dealing with XRP type of level zombie projects, SHIB, Uni, Chainlink, and we're hoping that they like wake up. You know, Link's had moved a bit, but it doesn't have the ferocity and animosity of new altcoin type of like people coming into DJ land. You know, by the way, as a quick note, if you knew what the outcome of this was now, how would you go back and change things? Well, I don't know if Richard would have even done it, but what you'd have to do is you'd have to make PulseX the best casino in the world. But it's very antithesis to him. He's like, hey, don't gamble, but I'm going to make the best casino in the world. It's going to have hot babes everywhere. You're going to be drinking orange juice, 7 ice cubes, friends, everywhere. Ice cube machines everywhere. Fluffy slippers for free. Yes, for free if you come and play on the blackjack tables. Okay, so how would you make the best PulseX casino? Knowing what you know now. Well, you'd have to set it up and make PulseX not this bare bones framework what it is, right? It'd have to be set up such that any coin community could send their coins into PulseX in a decentralized manner, and then you can leverage trade on that coin, and it would give you an interface. Now, here's the thing. They've already done that. There's some random little coins that do that. The problem is they don't have critical mass. So that would have been the great idea. Why? It's because right now, why can't you do that? Well, with pTokens, it forked at a snapshot date. pTokens, we're lucky to even get Peppy, but think about the new meme coins that erupted after that, right? Think about Ticker Bitcoin, Harry Potter, Obama, etc. Like, that doesn't exist because they made it after PulseChain fork. There's no P version of those. And those people are super motivated, and the trading volume is big. That's why, for example, you have 9inch. That's why HEXY Bastard, he could see this happening a long time ago. I know 9inch has gone down 90%, but HEXY Bastard, right, also the founder of Porpleb, he could see this. He's like, hey, there's a gap in the market here. These new meme coin people, they're different. They're the most motivated and energized people. They're the ones who are going to come in first. So that's why he made 9inch to try to cater to these, okay? So you see how the story unfolds here. Now, of course, I'm still bullish, friends. I'm still bullish, okay? But that's why degeneracy and this economic reset and stuff, look, the game theory is good on paper but not practice, right? So everybody just keeps chasing shiny new object. And this is the meta. 1, the spear coin pumps. 2, everybody rushes to buy the meme coins before the roller coaster ride is over. Now, here's the thing. We're even seeing legit projects, they don't even catch a bid, okay? For example, I can show you GMX, right? GMX makes money, profitable, great. This is your chart. You've been going sideways for 720 days. So GMX has been forked. You know, Buck, I think he's got Fame that forked it. You can basically leverage short and long Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, right, on the PulseChain ecosystem. It's such a great protocol. It's like a great invention. It's really good tech. But you see, no one would care. This is just the game, man. It's end of times. It's end of times. And so it's like everybody knows, hey, here it goes. Someone's injected money. Let's go do the rotation thing, and then we're all out anyway. No one really cares because it's a tough game, isn't it? It's a tough game trying to keep everybody's attention. right? Here I am using the example of, look at this Peppy, right? No pooping in the urinals, please. That's exactly where we are. So it really does feel like the crypto industry is running on fumes. I believe it feels like it's a siren call from the retailers out there. They've lost so much purchasing power. They're like, give me the dirtiest, hottest meme coin because, making a 3x isn't enough anymore. And it's true. They're like, oh man, I literally need to make like a 50x because we're just slipping away further and further and further. All right. So historically, like I said, this does mean an economic reset does come. It's just like the timing part is the impossible feat. It's like, good luck trying to time that. But that's why the stock market's at the 4.236 extension from the GFC. It's just gone up for 13 years. It's like the longest bull market in history. Okay, that's why it's scary. It's scary, friends. Okay. Now, it makes the most. Here I am to tell everybody, right? Please make the most of this crypto bull market, just in case that economic reset does come. So that's why I'm not having a lay back, set and forget approach with everything. I do investigate lottery coins. I do investigate altcoin projects. I'm seeing what's happening in the market in terms of what's the meta, what are games people playing, because I want to be ready for this. Because, hey, what if just no new mad tech comes by the end of this year? Here's the thing. I believe there'll be a divergence. So I think the prices are still going to go up. I just don't think I'm going to be convicted to hold, and you're probably not either. You're like, wait a minute, why are we going up? Oh, because it's the 4-year cycle. Okay, in 2012, 2016, and 2020, we had amazing, great technology that the whole crypto was like leveled up from. Where's our one in 2024? Okay, TikTok. So we're waiting to see. Maybe it's out there. We'll see if there's big narratives. Okay, there is some hope. Okay, so, but it'll be almost like a free money punt if that happens, because we'll know, because we're friends, if crypto goes up, remember, I'm still turbo long, friends. We're still turbo giga long. But if there's no impressive technology, it's really cool and you can see the future and it's an open canvas type of thing, you'll know at Bitcoin 70 to 80K, you're like, I don't really think we've earned the right to be here. I think we're running on fumes. And that's going to be the toughest thing of all, because people will say, you're going straight to 100K. The Bitcoin ETF is not a Trojan horse. Everything's going to be fine. We are all entitled to riches. Another country is going to join El Salvador. They're going to print infinite money. We're going to win. So that's the narrative you're going to hear at the very, very top. It's going to be very tough to let go. That's why I say to you, I didn't care about being right. I just want to make money. Which means at that point, you go, okay, sweet. I don't know what happens in the next 12 months from this point. Maybe I will let go of, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, or 70% of my bags. Just let go of some ratio in there and go, sweet. I'm just going to take some out and see how the next 12 months rolls. Because if it keeps going, you're gonna have triple the old seasons you can dream of. But if it stops from there, you're gonna look and feel like a genius, right? You're gonna wish you got out everything, but trust me, there are gonna be people who lose everything because they didn't get out squat. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button all. Don't forget, it loves you, friends. Catch you soon.